Hey, busted babies. Happy Tuesday. It is I, Adina. Why do I look ugly?
You don't look ugly.
I don't know. All right, you guys. So I'm going to try to make this quick because I'm in the office. I got Natasha in here. She has to do her Real Estate Wednesday video. And since I am in the office, let me just throw this out here. If you guys are in Florida or interested in purchasing property in Florida, I have a lender. I'm getting ready to have a lunch meeting with him. He's so good. He can get you qualified with low credit, and I mean like a
502.
502. He has got people pre-approved for a mortgage with a 502 credit score. So if you're in Florida and you are interested in being a first time, second time, third time home buyer, or you are looking to invest in properties here, you really should call me. It's not as out of reach as a lot of people think it is. Sometimes you just need education and somebody to tell you that it can be done. There are a lot of resources out there. I am one of them. And to take off my real estate hat and to put on my crown here at Beyond the Veil, you know, I was up till 3:30 last night for no good goddamn reason, other than I could not sleep, and I just decided to ask the spirits all kind of random questions, y'all. I found out so much things. These are things that I won't talk about on my channel. I won't do readings on my channel because they're too controversial. And I don't have time for like the stand stuff. And I don't want to say a lot of things about people that I read and that I see in the readings because I always tend to lose a follower, a subscriber after I say something about someone that like is currently a current fave. After I did my reading on the eclipse, I lost a subscriber and I thought I was going to lose a lot more. I lost one after the Halle Bailey thing. I might have lost one for doing that Glorilla reading and saying that she planned all of this stuff. And I stand by that, as you guys can see. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But one of the questions that I was asking my spirits, because I was just following a rabbit hole, and then I got to the question, is sacrifice, like is human sacrifice? We've all heard the conspiracies about it, but is that really? Sorry, y'all, this is so ghetto, but one of my new subscribers says she loves how I do my readings and be doing regular life stuff. Thank you, child, because I'm a regular life person. I just got superpowers. But anyways, I was asking, is sacrifice of someone required in the industry and in this world to acquire a certain wealth? I'm not talking about rich. I'm talking about billionaire status, wealth status, or close multimillionaire status. Now, because I am in occult and spiritual circles, I already know the answer to this. Before I did my reading, fun fact, I had someone very strong, very mighty, very powerful in the occult community who does a lot of things for a lot of politicians, business people, celebrities. And because I am also a musician, they wanted to perform certain rites for me in order to put me there, like household name, status, but they wanted certain things in return from me that I wasn't willing to give, like my hand in marriage. But these things happen. They happen. And so I wanted to do this reading for you guys because I want to kind of start chiseling away at a bigger picture here. And from these conversations, we will have more and more things to read about that are relevant to your faves. I'm finding a way to balance doing readings that make me happy and feel good, and doing readings that satisfy you guys. And I like to get to the bottom of things, and you guys like to hear about celebrities. So spirits, and I'm going to start with the oracles on such a question like this. I'm going to ask the spirits if specifically, I want to say in the celebrity world, but I'm just going to say to become rich, wealthy, powerful, and very wealthy. Those type of things. Is there an element of human sacrifice that is required to reach certain human sacrifice or human blood sacrifice? Is that a requirement to achieve elite wealth and power in this world, on this earth? Spirit, is it so that unless you sacrifice something of blood, another human, you won't be compensated? It's like you have to sell someone to, be paid. But your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus, that's the card of earthly wealth and abundance and those things. A new start is coming. New moon. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio on the 1st. The answers you need are coming. Meditate and contemplate. Spirit, is human or blood sacrifice required to become a wealthy superpower in today's society? You and your loved ones are safe. Now, this is one of my most dreaded cards to get, because even though it says you and your loved ones are safe, whenever I get it, I know that it's about to be some mess coming to either myself or someone in my family. Every single time I get this card, methinks you and your loved ones are not safe when you have a family member that is looking to gain worldly and monetary wealth and power. You ain't safe. Because at some point, it seems by that card, at some point there will be something asked of you. And I asked this question last night, and I've been of the belief for a long time that a lot of people go into it thinking that they can choose who to give. But if it doesn't cost anything to you, it doesn't mean anything as a sacrifice. So even if you say, yeah, I'll sacrifice somebody, I got a cousin, I ain't never liked my whole life. And then you walk away like, yeah, this cousin finna go. I ain't even gonna miss them. I'm gonna be rich. But the spirits that you guys are working with, they're tricky. So they'll say, okay, she said she wants to give away the cousin. And that's because we know that she doesn't value the cousin. And they will search out your heart and your intentions for what you hold near and dear to you, or near and dear to your family unit. And they'll take that. And then you left thinking, I thought they was going to take my cousin. Why did I get you and your loved ones are safe, Spirit, when I asked about a sacrifice of a human or blood required in the industry to gain power, wealth, and success? The Chariot, absolutely. The Chariot is a card of victory and success through willpower and determination. Queen of Pentacles behind it. 8 of Swords. You usually have no idea who is going to be taken, but they take who you value the most, or what you value the most. Sometimes it's not a relative. Sometimes it's like, okay, we've searched her heart. She doesn't love anyone in her family that much. And it seems like this person skates without giving anything. And then we wonder, well, how did they make it to this level without having to sacrifice? What did they sacrifice? Well, they haven't found something yet that was worth it to them. And then you find out later on in life that that person, that celebrity, that wealthy person, you never knew it, but they had a miscarriage 10 years ago. And it was so devastating and traumatizing to them that they never discussed it. Okay, so yeah. The Chariot. And this is going to be quick. The Chariot, Strength in reverse. This people like to do it because they think they can choose the relationship they would like to offer. However, methinks I'm going to look into this Strength card first before I say what I want to say. These are people who are more mind controlled and brain fucked than we are. Because when you get to the point of desperation that you feel like, I am willing to give something that I can't even place a value on because you didn't create it, in order to get some temporary things for a temporary moment that I could lose tomorrow. I can offer this person for a price that's significantly lower than what they're worth in God's eyes. I didn't create them. I don't know their value, but I'm putting a number on them, and I'm putting myself in the position to sell them. Now imagine you do that ritual, you leave the next day, and you die. These are people that it seems like Spirit says do not have the inner strength or fortitude to see themselves in successful positions without this. It shows the lowest of human nature, because everything in this world is temporary, and all of us know that we are born and we die. So think of the mentality of sacrifice in order to gain temporary things. Energy never dies, but its material form is not always going to exist. Material things change. Energy does not. So the material things fade away, but the energy that you thought you sold, it still doesn't die. You're trying to put a price on something that's valuable, and these people that we worship that do this are some of the most lowly based human beings on the planet. They are considered maggots in the great scheme of things, because they don't have what it takes to say, I am my own power, I am my own strength, and what I amass in this world is my portion, and I won't offer myself. Imagine thinking you sacrifice someone and you die, and then you end up in bondage. When I first asked this question yesterday, I got the Temperance card, and I wonder, and my question was, is there any karmic retribution for doing that, for selling something that's not yours? And I got the Temperance card. Those who are sacrificed, they are treated a certain way when they pass, because they were offered by a human being. So it's almost like they are pure. I have to meditate on that a little bit more, but they're okay. The ones who offered them up, though, it's almost like this card is telling me that most of the people in this world that are wealthy and rich, that we look up to and idolize, look at this. They're talking about the people that we collectively worship. This is what these people are. Your faves, this is what these people are. The world's elite. Every time somebody mentions, well, at least that person has more money than you. Maybe. But I stand on my value. Do they stand on their value? They don't even stand on your value as a human being. This just lets me know that this confirms that in order to gain star status, whether you're a celebrity or a politician, once you become a star where people can look up and see you and know your name, there is something that is required at that point. Because the God of this world isn't interested in empowering you. Didn't we hear about how Satan hated the humans and waged war against us? If we were to believe that story, then we would know that the ruler of this world doesn't really like us. So if it's giving us all this power or perceived power and wealth and glory, is it really doing so? Because now you are enslaved to it. And we, as the sheeple, are enslaved to them. It's a hierarchy of slavery. But even the richest people, the most famous people, polished in diamonds and gold and seeming like they have all the power in the world, this is who they are. And their power is attached to something higher than them. In closing, sacrifices, human blood sacrifices are required in this world and in the industries of this world to amass great wealth and great power. One more card in closing on that matter. King of Pentacles, absolutely. In order to become a king of material power and possession and wealth in this world, you got to give something and lose something. And it is a yoke and a burden that they carry for the rest of their lives, no matter how they polish it up to us. And all of them, the majority of them that we see as stars, celebrities, the rich, uber rich and wealthy, they have to continue doing things as well to maintain it. And with that being said, love you guys. We'll follow up later. Put in the comments if anything piqued your interest from this conversation that you'd like to look into. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great, great Tuesday. Be blessed.